But unfortunately for them, tickets were sold out. I didn't watch it. So if you're outside, you feel like, hey, I'm losing out. Seeing them jubilating is not enough for me. I'm also asking myself that inside, how happy are they? The day they will say tickets are open for Shatta Wale show, if they are not careful, it will not be up to 1 week.
The matter chop hot. Assembly diloto. Hey! Aye!
So I brought you a review of Stonebwoy's event. That is the one that happened at the O2 Shepherds Bush Empire, and the all kind of thing of with Caleb Newboy. And on this particular edition, I have with me the big man himself. You know, we did one before the show, and after the show, he promised us he was going to spend time with us to do the review and the aftermath of it, all the happenings on the night. And I'm talking about the 68th Independence concert that happened in London at the Indigo O2 with R2B's, Kempaluta, Olive the Boy, among others. Well, SammyFlex is here with me to share this particular time, and we are going to have a very beautiful conversation. So if you are watching, make sure you subscribe, share your views in the comment section. This is live on Roland Report. Recommend this channel to others so they can also enjoy. But without wasting much time, let's go onto the lines and speak to SammyFlex.
Yeah, man, we are still here. You know how we do it.
First of all, let me say a big thanks to you for the first one. I think people loved it so much. Back to back reports already. About fulfilling.
I know, right? I know. Today the weather seems a little colder. So though I'm inside, I'm still feeling cold a little bit, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I hope today they won't pay my own realm.
Today they asked and I must share them, but let's see what people are on standby. They are just waiting for my call.
to activate our body camera.
People are on standby. They are just waiting for my call. No, but today I want to do some work, at least get some content down for the people. So I think it is okay. We do that today. Then tomorrow we can hit the streets.
Well, for people who are there, especially people who belong to the media fraternity, I'm sure this week is going to be a very busy one for you guys. But this afternoon I spoke with Caleb and he was telling me, Charlie, calls are only and easy. How about you?
Not too many calls because beyond everything, when people also see me around like this, they know I represent a certain camp. Therefore, even if they want to be a part of my movement, they will still consider the fact that SammyFlex has his camp to protect as well. So I might not be the guy that they will call first. But and then again, prior to the event, someone like Caleb, who will be busy receiving calls in the sense that his posts and his actions and his gestures portrayed someone who took a certain position on the whole conversation. So if the event is over, definitely people will be coming back to him to confirm his position and again what he thinks about the event. And again, if you follow his timeline from the event day till now, he's been doing back-to-back posts of Stonebwoy's event.
Sure.
So definitely people who would want information will call him. Unlike me, I've not posted anything about either events. I've not said anything. In fact, apart from people who might have come across videos or photos of me at the venue, not many will even be aware that I attended the event. So that should also be taken care of, and that should also be noted. So personally, I've not received so many calls apart from an interview I granted to the Bona show and a few industry people around who are into conversation with me. I've not done much. People are not calling me for much information on the shows.
Speaking of shows, of course, a J-Boy, and on Saturday, Ghana made history in London. How was the atmosphere like in London? Maybe few hours to kick off, few hours for events to start, maybe from both ends. I know I understand that it was, I think, 1 hour and 30 minutes or 45 minutes in between these two venues. But how was the atmosphere like? Nothing she warm, and I said, I'm out for the coolie.
Well, from where I attended my event, that is the O2 Indigo, it was obvious that the organizers were very flexible, they were comfortable, they were relaxed. On the night, I saw Alodia walking up and down. I saw West Coast. At the same time, I saw Dennis at the backstage. And they were all relaxed, they were comfortable. It didn't come across like there was tension on them because at the end of the day, they know they've done their thing already. They've sold out their tickets and it was okay. Now, when I got to the O2 premises, it was obvious Ghanaians were out. Ghanaians were really out, I must say. Because, when you go to some of these shows and the show look good, you see from the outside, you see how people are gallivanting, you see how people are speaking Chi, you see how people are looking like Ghanaians. And the moment I got out from my car at the car park at the O2 or the O2 area, I saw Ghanaians left, right, and center. Those who knew me or those who identified me were coming closer for photos, for videos, and the fact that we've seen a certain SammyFlex around. So that feeling was there. And again, when I got closer to the ticket center, I realized there were many people who did not even have tickets, in the sense that they thought that as usual they'll come to the venue and get their tickets before they could enter. But unfortunately for them, tickets were sold out. They were not getting to buy, so people had to do what we call the hoarding kind of market. So I saw people doing business out of that. That if you want to buy their ticket, if they bought for £40, you are going to buy it at £100. And
Hey,
I saw some close friends who were going through that experience.
ah,
And that's, oh yeah, because that time the energy was on. Artists are in, people who were in were making noise, shouting. I didn't watch it. So if you're outside, you feel like, hey, I'm losing out. I
yeah,
really have
I
to
said
be a part of
second PZ, no.
Aha. Oh, but I feel like, hey, tell I didn't watch it too much. What am I doing outside? So many people were desperate looking for tickets. So this is what I want to say, that it's high time Ghanaians really start paying attention to some of these things. If there's an event and you think you go, get your ticket in advance. Don't wait. The last minute thing puts pressure on both artists and promoters. And if we can stop that and get our tickets early, well, so we can attend these events, the better for all of us. So yeah, it looked good like that, and I must say the event was really one that you would want to be a part of. It was fun from beginning to end. Kojo Manuel as the MC, he understands the Ghana culture. He has been ruling stages on several occasions. So he knew the turf. He knew what to do, what to say to keep the people going. And that was what we realized. To me, I think it was an experience worth noting because even after the concert, they opened it up for a jam. After the performance, let me put it that way. After the performances, they opened it up for a jam and Ghanaians won't stop dancing back to back songs, and everybody was on their feet throughout. So I left there to another venue that night. That night there, it was a long night for some of us. From one place to the other, from one place to the other, and to the other, to the other, until we said goodbye to the world and we slept.
Okay,
So that was how it was.
okay. Before we touch on the performances, some people
Mhm.
have the view that the controversies around the whole event and its communities also contributed to the patronage. How true or false is this particular assertion?
Well, if what happened contributed to the patronage of the event, then I think I would say it rather benefited Stoneboy more than the Claudia team. Because Stoneboy was the one who was doing it for the first time with that particular date. For Alodia, West Coast, and Aquaba, this is a date that they've been doing over the years. This is a date that they are known for. But even if the year had gone by without them doing it, like many in London will be asking, what happened? Alodia and his people, are they not doing an independence event this time around? has been their trademark. Like every independence, they kill something, and that is what they have been doing. So I would say that if the hype, the controversies helped someone, then surely it will be Stonebwoy and his team, because to them, from the word go, when Stonebwoy talked about the sabotage, that was when conversation started for his show. He was able to get support from his media friends who were all out, gun blazing everywhere, making sure that he will be heard. That some people are trying to kill him, like Stonebwoy is crying wolf, so everybody should come and help him. So if there was someone who really benefited from that, I think it will be Team Stonebwoy. But in a way, you see, me, Roland, I have this mindset that it comes to showbiz, the strategy be a foul. It is whether it was planned or not planned, he won. And that is what I'm happy about. Because when it comes to showbiz, I don't say, "Oh, we are any ubuwa. But yeah, ni sa one you and no amount numbers now, man. Whether the tickets were free or it was sold or it was reduced in terms of pricing, still, like I said the other day, at the end of the day, what you'll be looking at will be the optics. I remember mentioning this to you guys some time ago that you be reading and they be here, okay, how are your pictures looking like? How are your videos looking like? And thank God, all two shows had pictures and videos looking great. And to me, that alone is a big deal. So whether it was the controversies or not, I think Team Stonebwoy won at the end of the day because they were facing a stiffer opposition. It's like going to play against someone in his home grounds. That's how it felt like for Stonebwoy to play with Alodia and West Coast and Aquaba. Like it's their home grounds. Stonebwoy was the guy coming from away. So congratulations to both of them. And once again to Stonebwoy for whatever strategies he used in making sure his room will look occupied. It worked for him. Whatever strategies he used, it worked for him, if you ask me.
Now let's touch base on the performances and the people that climbed the stage on the night. And how what is your view on the performances on the night? Was it satisfactory? Was it one that some people loved? Was it one that was there an artist that did not meet expectation? The whole arrangement. And before you wrap up on that, I also want you to touch on if you've gotten reasons why episode, who also received backlash when he was announced, was not found on that stage.
Okay, on the episode factor, I have not asked, but I think I can ask maybe after this conversation. I know which people to call to get information on why episode was not on the stage when it mattered most. I know, and I'll get clean and correct answers as well. In terms of performances, like I said, I did not witness Olive the Boy. Obviously, I was a little late because I think the evening before I had to pass here, do some before going as usual. So when I got there, Olive the Boy had finished performance. Had finished his performance. I got there and I met King Paluta on the stage. Now, King Paluta at the moment is a lover boy in London. From last year till this year, if there's one artist who has played in London back to back, it is King Paluta. Like almost every quarter, he's performing somewhere in London. Every quarter, it started from last year. Almost every quarter, King Paluta is performing somewhere. Yeah, so definitely, I'll find out later about the episode and share it with you guys. But apart from that, the rest of the guys who performed, like I was saying earlier, King Paluta has been London's favorite for the past years, playing back to back. So obviously, his songs are still reigning. Thank God he keeps adding to the catalog. The last time he added I pick what is that song called? The
Yeah,
one that people
it is okay. I pick it.
I pick Diana pick when people started oh it won't pick I pick it. Now he's still enjoying some performances with it. Um event goers lately are people who love your songs more than your performances. So if you have the songs, just drop it and they will dance. And again, out to be for this particular show, they were the headliners, if you ask me, because they were the guys whose face, songs, and identities were used in pushing this show to the top, and they also delivered. Just that I think on the stage, on the day, they were complaining about some technicalities disturbing them a little bit. Um, uh, Payday was talking about sound, and there were some incoherent performances on the stage. I'm not too sure their problem because personally, whilst in there, I could feel the sound was good. There were even some videos I took on the stage. I went to the backstage, took some videos from the stage whilst they were still performing. And to me, I felt everything was okay. But to them, they were still not happy or satisfied with something. And I couldn't point my hand on it. But for Payday, he actually said in the microphone that, oh, they are not feeling the power of the sound. But sometimes the artists might not feel it, but the people who are enjoying it, some of them forget it. But as much
Completely
as they've
follow.
seen the artists on the stage, they will jump, they will sing along, and they'll still make merry. So to them, they were cool with it. That is what I can say for now. But it was in awe. It was good. Nobody has been complaining as much as the audience is concerned. Even though when Payday was even talking about sound not being good, to the audience, they were jamming, Charlie. They were jolly. They didn't see anything wrong. And to me, that was what was important.
That's nice. Now let's go to the aftermath of it. Conversation
Mm,
after the event and how things are churning out. I think
hmm
proud to the show, Alodia granted an interview of which has gone viral, is going viral. That he talked about
hmm
the fact that the other side, that is Stonebwoy's event, to say who now why. But then the aftermath of the event, how is the conversation like, especially in London?
Oh, in London, everybody thinks we are satisfied. Everybody thinks we are satisfied. Team A, Stonebwoy, they are satisfied. Team B, Allah, they are satisfied. So at the moment, even if they fought, I'm sure now their minds be asking them, what did we fight about? Or why were we arguing if we knew it was going to be like this? I haven't heard any other strange conversation apart from the fact that they are all jubilating. I'm sure if it had been the fact that one lost, then more issues would be coming up. But this is me as a business person. Seeing them jubilating is not enough for me. I'm also asking myself that inside, how happy are they? Or are they happy inside? Because on the outside, we will see you jubilating, we see you jumping, you see your videos, full house, and all that. But are all of them happy that whatever investment they put in or whatever they were expecting, they are getting it in return? That is the big conversation, or that's the bigger conversation. And that's what I wish for everybody. Apart from that, the jubilation there it is ongoing. Omanyaje, omo shiri, omo jumpy. But are they happy about it in within them or inside them? That's what I wish for. Apart from that, no controversies. Charlie Obianiaji. That is what they are
Speaking of
showing us. They are
speaking of
showing us that everybody's happy.
okay, speaking of you being a businessman, an artist manager, and of course with vast knowledge in the event space, so when you
Mm-hmm.
feel more, would you say that profits were made and now say it was just for the show? Looking at how the two shows churned out on the night.
It will be hard for me to say with just the optics to be hard. That one day, it will only take the people inside to know. That's why I'm saying that I'm asking that we are happy for them, but inside them, are they also happy? But for me, for me to just look at it and and to think they are happy, it is hard. It is hard for me to think they're happy. Uh, but we are all jubilating for them because of the photos and the videos we saw. But in terms of the outcome, are they satisfied with what we are seeing? Because profit there, it is difficult for me to tell from outside until unless them, because we all know, and that was what Alodia said, and I'm sure he did not put it out well. We all know that before the event, we saw Stonebwoy using the sales approach or using the promotion approach to sell his tickets. And can you blame him? No, you cannot blame him. Anything to get a house filled. So if you use the sales approach to sell your tickets, will that give you the happiness that you're looking for? Maybe yes, maybe no. And like I'm saying, with that, he will be the best person to know and nobody else.
I would want us to touch on Frank Nero and Floating Stones events on what you probably
Mm-hmm.
have heard or chanced on. But let's wrap up on the Indigo O2 conversation this way. Um,
Okay.
After the event, there's been
Mm-hmm.
calls from patrons and some people who were present that it is time now for the
Mm-hmm.
Ghanaian music and entertainment space to attempt the bigger venues, and as it were,
Mm-hmm.
the O2 arenas and stuff. What is your
Mm-hmm.
view on it after this particular experience?
Yeah, I also think we can start thinking about it. But then again, the big question is who built the cats? Who is going to lead this conversation? Whose investment are we going to use to do this? That is the bigger conversation. Yesterday, I was talking to one of my guys here, Bussy Crow. And Bussy Crow was telling me, oh, Charlie, we have some men. He started showing me some big men from Ghana. And he said, Charlie, you see all these people? They have been around for all this long. They might have heard this conversation about O2 Arena, blah, blah, boom, boom, boom. But have they showed up yet? None yet. They've not showed up. So how do you become sure that now that this has happened, this is the time for them to show up? Because it is the risk factor the person who wants to do it will be ready to take. Yesterday I was talking to Bona and I told him the same thing that when I was saying, oh, now we have a new energy in the tourism and creative arts ministry. We have the diaspora, the KOD dams. And I said, Charlie, you see those people? They have their own problems that they are looking for solutions to solve. It might not be coming to fill the O2 arena. So if there's someone to do the O2 arena, it is me and him. We are actively involved. We want that to happen for whatever reason. So if we can bring in some investors who'll be willing to put money and time and resources into this, let's get them and keep going. And it was marveled. Yeah, so it is like that. Yes, the conversation has to, are we ready to go now? That I also agree, Charlie. So after all, they say if you are going to propose to a lady, you should expect just two answers, either a yes
Or no?
or a no. And none of them will kill you.
Mhm.
Whether it is a yes, you won't die. Whether it's a no, you won't die. It's the same way if you are to attempt the O2 arena. It is a full house or a half house. In either of them will also not kill us, but then it will kill someone's bank account.
Mhm.
So who is ready to bail the cat? Who is ready to try that luck, or who is ready to try that risk for us to see what will be happening? So yes, I agree. It is time. Yeah, try, but who is ready to do it? I always keep saying that we might not need to bring all these guys together. All the Nigerians that have played the O2 arena, they did not come together as a group. It was one person who started it for the others to show love and support. So once again, someone can just start. Okay, maybe O2 arena. When you hear announcement, no be O2 arena. Okay, Shatta Wale na hear announcement now. Sako de so ma be boano. Tomboys ma be boano. Samit ma be boano. Sanity. And yes, they also move together. So no more because O2 arena. So it is like that. Let's see how it goes in the coming years. And let's see who will build a cat for this to happen.
Nice one. So, a little bit on the Frank Nero and Floating Stones event. I say, Omodie, meaning say, Omaya Ghana for the you. As Omodie shows that you're not on cry in terms of conversation. How did that event also go? If you have any information on that.
Oh, I've seen some videos on Frank Nero's timeline, and I want to believe they got what they were supposed to get. Obviously, you will not be able to compare it to the rest of the other shows that we have been talking about all this while. But they were able to get what they wanted to get, and I feel we have to commend them for it. It is not easy to do it here in London, knowing how it feels the life in the market, but they did well. I must say that what I saw, to me, I was impressed because the way the other shows swallowed or consumed their show, if they had not prayed, maybe they're not going to get even what they got. But the optics were looking good. Stage A performing, Kwaku Flick performing, Floki Stone, Frank Naro, a few other people coming there to support them. Charlie, yeah, yɛn na nyame ase sɛ ɔmo nso ɔmo tumi yɛ ɔmo deɛ. After all, ɛde obi ba London. After all, ɛma obi visa. whichever way, it's a win. And they have to enjoy and bask in their glory like that.
Mm, mm. That's nice. Now, let's before we wrap up the conversation, let's touch a little bit on the announcement that was made on the Indigo O2 Arena stage about Shatta Wale's event come May 11. Now the date
Mm-hmm,
is out. The venue is
mm-hmm.
also out. How is the conversation or the reception like after the announcement in London, and what other conversations would you add to some of these ones that you say?
Everybody is highly anticipating the Shatta Wale show. In fact, right after the announcement on the day, it has been the conversation around. The people I met, Obi share me, hey, brother, me yes, May 11th, yes, for the big one. So that show there, I want to believe when they activate tickets, it will not even last for 1 week. All tickets will finish. Like, I'm highly upbeat. I'm so sure that the day they will say tickets are open for Shatta Wale show, if they are not careful, it will not be up to 1 week. The ticket will finish.
Wow.
Yeah. No, like it's crazy like that. Trust me. And it is the strategy in which the team they are going through for the bigger picture. That okay, let's see. People might think the O2 Indigo is too small for Shatta, but then it is a build up to something. Let's see how it goes. Let's activate ticket. Let's see how it goes. Now, based on how it to go, to tell us, okay, can we do this? Can we do that? So yeah, that I like the idea. I like the strategy, and we pray it works. Anticipation for Shatta show there. Roland, crazy. We are starting. Wow, on the visa and start. Go show visa.
Hey.
Wow, what visa? This why on the ticket. Start. Go show ticket now. Your word by May 9th. Bra ye di across of Oni Kotoko. Almost same who know about the room now. Okay, the main show.
Okay, 11.
I tell you, man. I tell you, no lie.
Right, thanks so much. I know, say, in the coming days, if there are any other announcements attached to the May 11 show, definitely you put them out, or the team or the body will put them out, and we are in high anticipation for that historic night. I don't know if there's any other thing you would want to add. Then we call it a wrap on this edition.
Well, what I want to add is that at the moment, London seems to be supporting Ghanaian musicians, and we have to say thank you to the promoters who have been holding the fort for the past years. Lordia Promotions, West Coast, Kwamba Dennis, they've done well. In fact, they've done well. That's why some of us were so sad when out of their issues with Stoneboy, we saw some industry people trying to take advantage of the situation to insult them or to attack them. That was not to be accepted at all, on certain terms, because they've done something that the industry needs to commend them for. Now, if you're able to mention events at two or three different locations and it's still doing well, we need to give them the thank you. We need to tell them that, oh, God bless, because almost all these people, they brought them. Frank Naro, go and check his history. You see, it will be a lot their promotion that brought him first. Stoneboy, go and check his records. You see, it is a lot. So even if today they brought you and you have grown and you want to do it independently, it has to be done with love. And I don't know why, as an industry, we cannot work like that. We all will surely groom some people to get to some stage. When they get there, shouldn't be war between us and them. It should be love. And that is what I want to say to end up with. We can do it. We can do it with love. Even in competition, we can still do it in a way that we will not cause so much damage when we are done. Because if I'll compete with you, and by the time I'm done competing with you, I've broken you down. Next time, there wouldn't be anybody to compete with. Life without competition is boring. Oh. Like many people should see this. If you wake up and you don't have anybody to compete with, whether willingly or unawares, it is boring. That's why even sometimes when you're on the road and you are the only one driving, it keeps you active for you to be driving along. So I think we need to protect each other, even in the face of competition, and that will help us.
Mm. Thank you so much. I hear you said Kim Paluta has a show in London, another show in London again.
Yeah, in Leeds. in Leeds. He has a show on Saturday in Leeds. It is something I would want to go if I make the time. I just want to go and check out. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's very important. I wish to go there because I've not been to Leeds before. I think outside of London, there are some places I've been to. I've been to Birmingham. I've been to Milton Keynes. I've not been to Leeds yet. So why not? If the opportunity comes for me to go look at Leeds, I'll seize the opportunity to go check out what is happening there.
That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. There's also no I call Birmingham then too. Do Birmingham for man.
Ah, sharp, 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 sharp.
That is the big man for you. I hope you enjoy the conversation though, because media, I did, and all the insights and the education and the information that came with it. I know if there were certain things that he probably missed, and you also find yourself in London, maybe you can share them in the comment section. And if you were not there, the videos that you've seen online and the things that you've been reading as well, what is your view on the kind of review that SammyFlex has also put out as far as the 68th Independence Concert, the Ghana's Independence Concert in London is concerned? Share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Until then, subscribe, recommend this channel to others. I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.
The matter chop hot. Assembly Diloto. Hey! Aye! Hey!